All right, guys, welcome back. It's Hip Hop Flash, and up next we have Drake stans crashing out on Rick Ross for, according to them, flying economy. We also have Ross responding, plus speculation that Kendrick Lamar may be up to something after fans spotted a trailer full of the iconic GNXs heading toward Cali. Let me know if you guys think that's something we should keep an eye on. If it's true, it could be connected to that GNX Deluxe album that's been rumored for so long. But I also wouldn't be surprised if the cars were being used for a completely unrelated project or video. Again, let me know if you guys are excited about the possibility of some new Kendrick Lamar music. Personally, I think enough time has passed that we're more likely to get a completely new project. However, I could also see Kendrick dropping a few extra songs on a deluxe edition and then following it up shortly afterward with a brand new concept album that would pretty much shut down any debate about who has the best album of the year. As far as Rick Ross allegedly flying economy, I find it hilarious that people have actually turned this into a story. These stans know absolutely nothing about the industry, nothing about ongoing legal battles, and in this situation, they're just showing how oblivious they are to the way wealthy people move. They're grasping at any straw they can find, even when it makes no sense. Millionaires with private planes fly commercial all the time. I know this person's reputation is definitely taken a hit recently, but even people like Diddy would fly commercial and treat their plane as an asset by renting it out and making money from it. This happens all the time, guys. My publisher flies on private planes regularly because of family connections. We're talking about $40,000 flights from Miami to the Dominican Republic just to have dinner at a mansion. Yet even they sometimes fly commercial because of scheduling conflicts. Sometimes your pilot can't make it. If you're getting paid to be somewhere, you're going to find a way to get there. And this new narrative Drake stans are pushing is ridiculous. Imagine seeing someone sitting in an airport terminal and immediately assuming they're flying economy. We are truly living in idiocracy, fam. Rick Ross is undoubtedly doing just fine. Those tickets can cost thousands, and he's probably paying for his team or family as well. Meanwhile, most of the people talking down on him probably haven't even been on a plane since Spirit shut down. Sorry guys, I'm kind of losing my voice after the Knicks game, but what an amazing game. Definitely let me know in the comments if you think flying commercial is somehow bad for a millionaire, because Rick Ross absolutely is a millionaire, no matter how badly these Drake stans want to claim he's broke. A friend of mine runs a very successful detailing business in Miami, and he details Rick Ross's fleet of cars all the time. Trust me, the guy is still getting paid. So enough of that. Let's jump into these videos and posts. We have Drake stans crashing out on Rick Ross for supposedly flying economy, and they seem to be crashing out constantly these days. We also have Ross responding, plus speculation that Kendrick Lamar may be up to something after fans spotted a trailer full of the iconic GNXs heading toward Cali. Again, let me know how you feel about that. If Kendrick Lamar drops, do you think his project immediately takes over the conversation and becomes the favorite for Album of the Year? It pretty much happens every time he drops. All right, let's check out the first clip. It's a short one. Big shout out to Hip Hop Clips 36. I'm a big fan of the channel, and they post some really cool content. Let's jump into the clip. Perfect record. Yeah, and it looks like they're on the way to Cali. Again, this could mean anything. It could just be a collector. These cars have definitely increased in popularity, but they've been popular for a very long time. They've been a hot commodity for years. Let's take another look. That would be sick. I can already picture it. I can see all 4 cars in the frame. And honestly, now that I think about it, I can absolutely see Kendrick Lamar dropping that deluxe edition with 3 or 4 extra tracks and then releasing an entirely different project just a few weeks later. Let's check out some comments. First up, we have Certified Boogeyman. Big shout out to him. He's a great friend of the channel. I truly love the community we've built here. I would absolutely be excited for more Kendrick Lamar music. Let me know in the comments if you'd love some new music as well. Drake gonna do this again. And what happened last time? That was Family Matters, right? Yeah, that record got completely buried. That was one of the biggest flops ever. He spent all that time and money only to get outdone by a single Kendrick tweet. Hilarious. I hope DJ Quick and Hit Boy are involved in the next project.
That would be incredible. DJ Quick would be flames. I definitely agree. When people were debating whether Kendrick was one of the top vocalists or the top American vocalist, they weren't paying attention to the level of detail he puts into his music. Listen to how many vocal layers he stacks into a record. The guy has a real ear for melody. One for J-Rock, Q, Soul, and Caesar on a Black Hippie album. That would actually be really cool. People are obviously very excited. Then we have someone saying, "Don't nobody want to hear nothing from dude." Which is funny, because if nobody wants to hear it, why are you commenting at all? You shouldn't care. TV off video would be fire still. Honestly, that would be pretty cool too. Let me know if you guys agree. Damn, not all different rims too. They gonna have a shot of them all doing donuts around an aisle. That would be hilarious. I love cars like that. Obviously, this is all speculation, but you never know. These cars could belong to a collector, or that collector could be shipping them to Los Angeles for a shoot. At the end of the day, nobody really knows. It's all speculation, but it's fun to talk about. Time to pop out again. People are definitely excited, and let me know if you are too. Now let's move on to the next story. This is crazy. This Victor Bays guy seems extremely compromised. If I'm lying, I'm flying economy. I bet I know who I see. Iceman got prophetic disses. Is that Kendrick Lamar? He definitely had plenty of those. Here's the picture. Fans spotted Rick Ross sitting in an airport waiting area before a commercial flight. Guys, people take commercial flights all the time. How does sitting in a waiting room automatically mean someone is flying economy? It's literally a waiting room. And honestly, even if he was flying economy, that still doesn't put more money in your pocket than he has in his. It's insane that people are using a picture of him sitting in a terminal to push the narrative that he's broke. Here's Mr. Joe Dirt himself. The caption reads, "Rick Ross found flying economy. Drake's lyrics continue to age insanely well." They are aging like milk, guys. Let me know if you agree. Thanks to the person who emailed me this, the biggest boss doesn't look like he's hanging out at a private airport. Before you talk about someone else, I'd like to see you on a plane first. More than likely, Ross is getting paid to be somewhere. His boss with the hood up, head down, cowering away? No, he's a celebrity who probably doesn't want to be swarmed by people. The seats look comfortable, looks pretty packed. The biggest boss at gate B12 is crazy. There are plenty of millionaires and celebrities who fly commercial. The amount of coping and narrative spinning from this fan base is unbelievable. You can't reason with people who didn't use reason to arrive at their opinion in the first place. Let's look at some comments, because I'm pretty sure most of you don't want to sit through that whole video. If I'm lying, I'm flying economy. Give me a seat. If I'm lying, I'm flying economy. I bet I know who I see. And apparently, that's the best writer in rap, guys. Let me know if you agree with that statement. Drake wrote the bar, Ross fulfilled the bar. Meanwhile, Kendrick Lamar already told everyone they would never get over it, and clearly they still haven't. This is scripture. These people really do love treating Drake like a deity. It's like Drake left a trap door in the lyrics and Ross walked straight into it at 30,000 feet. What a revelation. Ross caught trying to hide. He's not trying to hide. If he wanted to hide, he wouldn't be at the airport, living the exact life Drake said liars live. Let me know what you think about that statement. Where's the jet? The jet could literally be parked somewhere else. Like I said earlier, owning a jet doesn't mean you're required to use it every time you travel. People don't understand that you can own a jet and still choose to fly commercial. You don't know the reason. Who said you have to fly private just because you have money? Exactly. A lot of people go broke trying to keep up appearances. That's why many people will never become wealthy. Whether that's him or not, I see a lot of people hating who probably haven't even been on a plane themselves. Just like I said earlier, a lot of these people haven't been flying since Spirit shut down. Here's another comment. Let me tell y'all how business works. Sometimes private planes aren't readily available, so you have to hop on a quick commercial flight to make a booking. Exactly. Sometimes you're booked for an event and the plane you own simply isn't available. There are even situations where someone loans out their plane for business purposes. Maybe Rick Ross loaned his plane out and doesn't currently have access to it. But of course, people are going to talk even when they have no facts. I know the jokes have to fly, but some of y'all are losers. A lot of them are. So he just got someone else's jet for rap. No, it's his plane. There are simply a lot of possible explanations.
This person goes on to write, "You're going to delete this post faster than you deleted your 616 in LA breakdown when you find out the facts." And even if Ross is at this airport, it doesn't make him broke. It doesn't mean he's struggling financially. People are just looking for any excuse to tear someone down or push a narrative that trashes the guy. The fact that this person is covering up his face tells you everything you need to know about how weak the narrative is. Man, some of these stans are among the corniest people on the planet. Hi, Ricky.
Yeah, whatever happened to all that "I'm richer than Drake" talk? Iceman flop, bro. The day Drake hops on a commercial flight, I want to see that same energy. Let's move on. Kendrick only started the whole gangbanger GNX West Coast facade after the beef. What are you even talking about? Kendrick has been heavily West Coast oriented for a very long time. He was spooked and still is. These people better not cry and better not pout when Kendrick Lamar pops out, drops an album, and makes everyone forget about Iceman, especially considering Iceman seems to be slipping off the charts. I really don't see anyone talking about the music. I'm not seeing the same social impact that GNX had, so if you're calling GNX trash, what does that say about this album? You can't claim Kendrick Lamar was artificially inflated when the guy broke records with the highest grossing rap tour and released music that connected with millions of people while continuing to break record after record. But Drake already told us about his affiliations. And isn't Drake the guy people say has ties to the Hells Angels? Some people claim they're helping him, while others claim he's being extorted by them. I just touched the city with the GB Blockstainers, and we got it adopted by some Fifth Ward strangers. You know what it means when I twist these fingers. This guy has been cosplaying for far too long. The comment ends with, he confirms these ties in plot twist. People have to realize that just because an artist says something doesn't automatically make it true. This Portia woman is probably one of the high priestesses of the OVO faithful. She goes on to write "The Big Back Boss," and then people act shocked when they get criticized after speaking to others like that. Rick Ross was seen taking a commercial flight. Drake is a prophet again. The deification of Drake is honestly unbelievable. Oh my God, your voice is shrill. He's on economy now. Where exactly is the evidence of economy? If this is Rick Ross, he's literally sitting in a chair in an airport terminal. Listen, times are hard out here, okay? People are struggling. And like I said earlier, I have a friend who details Rick Ross's cars. The guy lives on a massive estate. He's doing extremely well for himself. He's not just a rapper. He has products, businesses, investments, and multiple income streams. The guy is still very wealthy. Meanwhile, the person making these comments clearly isn't. They don't got Drake Delino no more. They can't use Drake as a crutch anymore, so now Drake is using Kendrick Lamar as the crutch. A boss on a commercial flight has to be really tight. No. And yes, Portia, times are hard. We can tell by looking at your eyebrows. All right, here we have Rick Ross responding to people talking about him being at an airport. And honestly, I'm pretty sure Rick is loving all this attention. Let's jump into the clip. Young hustlers that see me, let me tell you something. I suggest you rarely respond to anybody that's not in your tax bracket. I repeat, on social media, this is technically a response, but I agree with the point. Rarely respond if somebody not in your tax bracket. For me, though, it's entertaining. It's entertaining when you got people with bad skin like Uncle Murda and people happy to be making cheeseburgers on the road. Then you got somebody going through trauma like 50. I will say this, Rick Ross is probably one of the 5 funniest rappers ever. Standing far back getting hit from your girl and spending 10 bands a month. For Ross, this is all entertainment. And then I use these people to promote my car show on June 13th. You feel me? Dirty people, so I can promote my soap, Slippery Soap. And that's actually one of his products. The guy literally sells car soap, and from what I understand, it's doing very well. At the end of the day, many of the people criticizing him probably don't even have $100 combined in their bank accounts. They're simply grasping at straws, looking for any kind of victory because Drake hasn't had many of those over the last 2 years. Sure, Iceman is streaming, but who knows if this album will still be remembered next year? Who knows whether these songs will have long-term staying power? As for this entire situation, Rick Ross is obviously enjoying it. The guy is promoting products like a professional wrestler cutting a promo. Whatever date he's promoting, the whole thing sounds like a wrestling segment, and I'm pretty sure he's welcoming all this attention. Again, the guy is funny. Look at the people talking about him. Look at Dirt Jill. Look at Portia. None of them are particularly funny with the way they're delivering their jokes, and you can't claim someone is flying economy when you haven't even seen them on the plane. Even if that were the case, it still wouldn't change the fact that Rick Ross has a lot of money. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think Rick Ross is actually going broke? I don't think that's the case at all, and from what I know, he's doing extremely well for himself. Do you think these Drake stans are simply crashing out over nothing and turning a molehill into a mountain, which seems to be what they do most of the time? It feels pretty on brand, and I don't see that changing anytime soon, especially considering the people we've covered today. And honestly, it's hilarious that many of the people talking about this probably haven't stepped on a plane in years. Definitely let me know what you think about the situation and Rick Ross's response. As for those GNXs, who really knows? At the end of the day, they could simply belong to a collector transporting them somewhere else, but if they're heading to Cali, people are naturally going to make that connection. It's inevitable. We've seen stranger things happen before, so while we can't say for certain it means anything, there's a reason people love conspiracy theories. People love to speculate, and this is definitely one of the bigger things to speculate about right now. There have already been rumors about a new project for nearly a year, and it honestly wouldn't surprise me if we got more Kendrick Lamar music soon, probably sooner than many people expect. Let me know what you think. And if Kendrick drops, what do you think he's going to release? If he drops the GNX Deluxe, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he followed it up shortly afterward with a completely new concept album. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys. It really helps the channel. I want to thank all of you for continuing to make Hip Hop Flash part of your day. You guys can probably hear it in my voice, but man, go Knicks. I'm excited. It's been a very long time. Again, hit the like and subscribe button. It really does help the channel. I sincerely appreciate every bit of love and support you continue to show on a daily basis. It honestly means the world to me and is one of the biggest reasons I continue making these videos. I also want to give a huge shout out to everyone who has joined the YouTube memberships. It's a small way to support the channel, but it goes a long way. And a massive thank you to everyone who has sent super thanks as well. It has been absolutely tremendous. If you want to continue the conversation, definitely follow me on X. The link will be in the pinned comment and in the description. It's probably the best place to send me news stories or videos you'd like me to react to on the channel. I'm definitely looking forward to reading your comments because I know they're going to be hilarious. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you again soon. And honestly, the fact that these Drake stans managed to turn this into news is hilarious.